Welcome back to annuityproducers.com. Today we have a really special guest, friend of mine, and very well-known expert in the insurance space, Mr. Cody Askins. And today we're going to be going over different lead sources and the importance of being consistent with your annuity leads. A lot of times agents, they may buy some marketing material, then they say, hey, the leads don't work. Well, how long did you try them for? Well, I tried them for a week or two. You got to be more consistent about that. Even when you are on vacation or traveling or during the holidays, a lot of us want to turn off the lead flow. Never do that. Keep those leads running. You want to be able to create a surplus of leads. And annuities are very specific in a niche market. If you're buying final expense leads or Medicare leads, it's a lot easier because most people need Medicare. So it's easier to come by. However, annuities are very specific, but Cody and his team, they've actually developed a way to gather quite a bit of good content for annuity leads. And we're going to be trying them out ourselves too to really test them. But today he's going to share a little bit about his program, how they get the data, some of the results that other agents from all over the country are experiencing. So I'm excited to learn more about it. Cody, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and about this lead program you got going on?
Dude, I'm the biggest fan in the world of Roy Snar. That's who I am. You know, right?
You're my one and only fan. Thank you.
You also said I was a friend and an expert. Do you think I'm more of a friend or an expert?
A friend.
Okay, good. I like that. Because you're the expert, honestly. Like, you know what I mean? Like you're the one that makes bukus of money, so helping people with retirement. I'm just the content guy, right? I'm just a marketer.
That's right. Well, you're consistent with your marketing. That's the whole secret. Remember, like when you were in that squeaky chair of yours, and then you grew to where you're at today. I remember that.
I mean, that pays off in all facets of life. Like look at you.
Yeah.
You're personally producing 7 figures in income every year. You didn't start out that way, but you found your lane, found out what you enjoyed, had a passion for, and then you leaned in. And I did the same thing. I found a lane. I felt like there wasn't enough good content for the industry. I felt like events sucked, and I felt like I could help from a prospecting, marketing, lead standpoint. And so we really, really leaned into those 3 areas: content, events, and leads.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Now we get to hang out with Roy Snar, man, every single day.
There you go. Exactly. All of us insurance nerds, we're all one of a kind. So
that's right. That's right. I should wear my glasses for this. I wear contacts, so it's half a nerd, but I need the glasses.
You got some like librarian style glasses or what?
Where's your cowboy hat, man? I like when
in
you
my
rock
truck.
the cowboy hat. Okay. All right.
Okay, so when I speak this year at 8%, should I wear it on the stage? I think I will.
Yes. Are you kidding me?
I'm gonna wear it. Yeah, yeah.
Dude, you gotta wear the hat, the chaps, the vest. You gotta the belt
That's
buckle.
Right. I'm gonna have a big old Texas-sized saucer plate buckle on there.
There you go.
There we go.
I love it.
It'll say 8% and gold diamonds.
Yes. Dude, I enjoy hanging with you just because we're able to have conversations about some fun. I feel like a lot of content, podcast interviews, etc., are just kind of stuffy and boring and very systematic and robotic and answer these questions. Very structured. But dude, at the end of the day, people want to be entertained.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's what we've leaned into, with our annuity leads, is we're leading with education on how they can create tax-free distributions from the retirement accounts,
Yeah.
And when we do the content, we're constantly looking for how can we entertain someone while we educate them, instead of because it's cool to educate, but if people are bored, you could give them the best information in the freaking world. They won't care.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. And, making it different, sporadic, and, just a quick side note to that, look at your background. A lot of us get overwhelmed, even calling clients. I got to have the perfect room set up on my Zoom. It's got to be perfect. It doesn't have to be. I mean, you have a backdrop, like a cloth, it looks like a tablecloth, and then some flashlight from the dollar store back there, but it works, right? I just have
Dollar General.
That's right. I just have some Amazon foam boards, and I don't even have a microphone on this computer set up yet, but
you probably spent more than me, you probably did,
I don't know. Those are pretty cheap on Amazon, but
flashlights are really cheap in Missouri.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Flashlights, cigarettes, a lot of things are cheap in Missouri. My family also lives there.
No, it's illegal to smoke here. So.
Oh yeah?
In the whole state.
Yeah, right. Yeah. My family would all be in jail. I grew up as a kid. I come home from summer and my mom's like, oh, are you smoking cigarettes? I'm like, no, I don't smoke. It's just all my family with the windows rolled up, AC going. smoking cigarettes, right? So,
dude, look, it's a celebration.
yeah, I know. How does that even happen?
It's like a new Zoom feature where you can, yeah, do different stuff and it like reacts. I don't know. It's weird. You can probably turn it off, but I think it's fun. So you got a
I don't
little,
even know how to do that. See, you don't even have to be that smart to sell insurance. I can barely open the Zoom program up.
no, no. And you know what's interesting about this? You say, okay, you don't have to be that smart to sell insurance. I think if you're too smart, it's harder.
I think so. Yeah. Because you
Because,
overanalyze.
dude, you overanalyze the piss out of things, man. Like people do that constantly. The
Yeah.
most successful people I see, they're like you. That they have a system they follow. They do this, this,
Mm.
this, and this, and they do it every day, every week, and then they find success. And they don't try to reinvent the wheel. They don't try to change everything every day. Like they just plug in to the system, and you've plugged in, and now you're writing a ton in life, long-term care, and annuities every single year.
Yeah, totally. It's just consistency. I mean, that's everybody asks like, well, how do I get to the 7-figure level? And I'm like, it's just consistency. That's
Yeah.
it. I mean, you have to know some basic product knowledge, but you don't have to become an engineer with this and learn actuarial tables. Just basically know how the products operate and how to have a conversation with somebody. And
Yes.
it's as casual as you and I are talking. This is how casual I speak with clients that are rolling over $5 million. I'm just like, look, here's the numbers. That's what's
Mm-hmm.
so great about annuities and some of the marketing that you're doing. It's so straightforward. It's just numbers. There's not a lot of opinion or emotion.
Yeah.
It's just like the basics, the math.
So rank, if we were to do like sales, marketing, and product knowledge, rank those 1, 2, 3 in your opinion.
Oh, that's really interesting. Well, phew. So I definitely think marketing is going to be because you have to have the marketing in order to get in order to capture the web, right? You have to have the marketing, and then you have to have the product knowledge in order to get the sales, right? So if I would say marketing, product knowledge, and the sales because you have to know the basics of some of the, especially with annuities, right? If you're selling final
Yeah.
expense or mortgage protection, hey, you pay $100 a month, you die, they pay 15,000, you're all set. It's pretty transactional. With
Yep.
annuities or retirement, somebody's life savings, you really got to know this product knowledge. And so
That's a
the
good
product
point.
knowledge is key. But that's something that you don't have to become an expert marketer at, right?
No.
All you have to do is pick up the phone and call the insurance carriers and learn about the products, do the product training. It's
Yep.
pretty basic. It just takes a little bit of time. But where the expertise comes in is obviously having somebody like yourself that can run a professional marketing program. And then the sales aspect of it, that, in my opinion, comes from experience. I mean, yes, you can watch some stuff on YouTube about how to sell, read the Tom Hopkins books, Andy Elliott, all these people. But
Mhm.
ultimately, selling is more of a transfer of trust, in my opinion. So you need to share who you really are with people. They're either going to vibe with you or they won't, and it is what it
Yeah.
is. There's not really, I'm not a firm believer in scripts. I like outlines, but not scripts.
Mm.
And so the selling is more the experience. You have to fail forward multiple times in order to overcome objections, learn how to field them out, and time them where you can actually overcome the objection before they even arise. So that, in my opinion, is experience. So if I had to rank them, you got to have a marketing channel in order to speak with the people, and you got to know the products, and then the sales will come as a result of that.
Interesting. Yeah.
What
It's
would you rank? How would you rank it? I'm curious what you think.
I mean, I've never done a ton of the retirement side personally, but naturally I would say I'm not far off from what you said, but I would say marketing, sales, and then product knowledge. But if I did what you did, I would probably say marketing, product knowledge, and sales. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I get it. It's interesting though, because most agents would say in reverse, they would say sales, product knowledge, and then marketing. And
Right.
and it's funny because you listed sales last because, and you're right, if you don't, like, it's crazy, man. People invest so much in sales training and like, watch sales training and all these things. That's cool. That's good. I did it for years and I still do some of it. Right. But
Yeah.
at the end of the day, if you do not get in front of someone, it doesn't matter. Like I made 117 grand at 20 years old because I got in front of people, period. Like, did my sales, did I study sales? Yes. Did I get better at sales? Yes. But I got in front of and asked 10 to 15 people to buy life insurance every week. And if you do that, you make money, even if you suck at sales. And so I believe in what you're saying because like it comes like for marketing as an example, like I believe we have one of the higher intent annuity leads that's not like, already called, right? But it's qualified. We literally put them through a long form survey. How soon are you planning to retire? What type of retirement plans are you investing in now? How much money do you have saved up for retirement? What's your age? What's your first name? What's your last name? What's your email? what's your state, what's your zip code, what's your phone number, and
Mm.
then we text them a SMS code where they have to verify that it's 100% real cell phone number through text. And so you know that every annuity lead you get, it's a legit 100% cell phone number where the person had to opt in and put in a security code to even finish the form.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, it's a phone verification box. And we even tell them at the end, an annuity trusted advisor will be reaching out to you on the phone number you provided to ensure they can reach you. Please enter the 4-digit code sent to your phone below. And that has helped a ton, man. We're even sharing the advisor's name, their national producer number, their picture. Like, this is what we're talking about though. Unless you have good data, good information, good marketing, you don't get a chance to talk to anybody. So then the sales doesn't matter.
Yeah, I like that because the problem with a lot of lead sources is that you can easily get somebody's first, last name, email, and phone number, right? But getting that additional step, that's why most of the annuity leads purchased today, because we buy them all the time. We spend 10, 15 grand a month on annuity leads, and they are roughly $400 each because they have a verification process. Theirs is a verbal phone verification, and there's still challenges with it, but I like the fact that they actually have to opt in, and you are saying, hey, look, somebody will call you. Not just put your phone number in for free information, but somebody's actually going to call you. Out of curiosity, this is more of a marketing question on the analytics. If you got 100 people to hit that page, how many of them are actually opting in to get the code and putting that code in?
Yeah, typically about 20% will do the survey, but only half will do the code. So, yep. So typically about 5 to 10%. And it works well. I mean, our cost per click is high. The code, adding the code makes it twice as expensive for us to generate. But advisors love, like we got one guy that that's written over $380 million in personal production in annuities, and he has ordered these multiple times. He likes them, and he's wrote some business on them. He's found some bigger clients. He says about 20 to 25% of the leads, about 4 to 5 out of every 20, has assets and is like a bigger assets and will talk and is a good opportunity. But that's where some advisors go wrong, is they think everybody understands annuities. They go into it like, hey, I'm calling you about your annuity, and they just don't take the right approach.
100%. And the reason why I asked about those numbers too is to bring validity to the pricing, because a lot of agents complain about the pricing, but it's expensive to get people to actually opt in and do that. You have to do a lot more ad spend and creative in order to get to that point. So when you are purchasing these leads, there's a reason for the price. Obviously, there's some profit. You're not, working for the YMCA.
Sure.
But
I mean, it costs me 100 to 150 bucks a lead to generate these, and we typically sell them for about 2 to 250.
There you go.
At kaboomleads.com with a C.
Oh, shameless plug. There we go. No, that's awesome, because that's still about half the price. Now, even like I do a lot of workshops, right? But I'll spend roughly $2,000 to do a workshop. I'll have roughly 20 people show. It depends, but around 20 people. I intentionally do that. I like to have a smaller room, but not too small. And so that's still $100 a head, right? But then I'm only going to maybe out of that workshop, we'll generally get about 4 sales out of it, right? Which equals about $750,000 in annuity premium. So it works out well.
What is that, like 50, 60 grand in commissions or what?
Yeah, about that. Yeah, about 65,000.
And it was off of a what, $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 investment?
2,000, yeah.
And do you feed them?
No, not for $2,000 unless we're going to the McDonald's dollar menu.
Yeah, so that's good. Like that's a crazy. That's a 25x return though. Like that's pretty solid.
That's why we run 3 or 4 workshops a month to get that in. And then
I didn't know that.
Yeah, we also buy online leads too to diversify. So like in my academy, we have a whole training process on how to do in-person workshops, from starting your very first one, how to close it, how to do the first appointment, all of that in there in that academy, so to help agents realize that. And then we don't make any money on them on the the marketing people that do it. We just refer it over, and they have a system, and it's simple. Most of the people that do it, they charge a flat rate, like $500 to $1,000, and then the rest is just ad spend. And then we just do them on Social Security, just keep it real simple. But again, it's consistency too. But the point of all that is that if I looked at my actual lead costs, it's still around $250 to $400 a person. So no matter what, if you're going to sell in the annuity space, it costs more, but guess what? You are paid a lot more as well too. So it's like, just like anything else, you get out what you put in, right? And so if
Right.
if you want to be cheap and sell final expense and live in a world of persistency ratio challenges and chargebacks, go for it. You can buy those leads and have challenges, or if you want to take your game up to the next level and you want to really help people save their retirement and protect them, it's going to cost more, but then you get paid more. There's a reason why annuities have a commission level at the way that they're at. It's not the easiest product to sell to somebody. And then the most expensive part is getting in front of the right group of people. And it's even more challenging with Facebook, which costs you more, because Facebook, they took away a lot of the income filters and all that other stuff because they thought it might hurt somebody's feelings or for whatever reason. They know everything about us anyway, but they changed a lot of that. So the point is that if you're going to get into the annuity space, be prepared to invest into yourself and spend some more money on marketing. Otherwise, you're going to be door knocking or going through, your warm network, which won't last very long.
Yeah. Yeah. Also too, you said something earlier that's interesting too, because like we do people feel ashamed or nervous or like not confident about like promoting their brand, like I mentioned, like, hey, kaboomleads.com, right, which I just did again, and your first reaction, which is normal, right, shameless plug, right? Well, what's interesting is I think that holds a lot of advisors back.
Does.
And is they are like, you do you promote your brand, you stick to who you are. Most people do not, I mean, you should tie your shoes in the middle of a podcast. That's why you should wear boots. But like,
Yeah,
but most people are ashamed.
I was taking them
Oh,
off.
it is a boot. He's showing
Yeah.
me. He's rocking them. I knew you
Yeah.
had your boots on.
Yeah. Yeah. I just
But
tried to get them off.
people need to be more comfortable with like
Yeah.
promoting who they are and what they do. Like I think, I don't know why it is, but people like they'll talk product all day, but as soon as it comes down to like call to action, do this, next steps, all that kind of stuff, they just get quiet, and I don't understand it.
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of it's confidence, right? I mean, it's no big secret. Like we're both investing, 30, 40 minutes of our time today to promote each other and say, hey, look, this is what I do, this is what you do, and try to get more
Yep.
people to come join our programs, right? But a lot of agents are reluctant on that. And that boils down to the sales part of it too. So, because some agents are like, I don't want to be seen as a salesman, like a used car sales when it comes to these annuities and stuff. Well, the reality is these people know that you're not working for free. So we are very upfront, and this is a note that all annuity producers can take. We actually disclose our commissions, even on non-qualified contracts, which is not a legal requirement, but we do so anyway, just because we want to be transparent. Tell the client, yeah, look, this is what we get compensated.
So you tell them how much percentage you get.
I have them sign a form acknowledging it. Yeah. Because
Wow.
there's a lot of rules around the Department of Labor, which is crazy that they're even involved in our industry. So we have our own set of disclosures that we give away for free to agents that say, hey, look, this is your compensation, because technically you're supposed to be disclosing that with qualified money. And so we have our own set of forms that we do that with all products. Just say, hey, look, this is what we're paying, getting paid, your acknowledgement of it. Like just today, I had a client, because some people ask, well, how do you get paid on this if there's no fee involved? I go, well, they pay us directly and they make money by creating a spread. So they got to pay you your interest rate and they got to pay me to sell it to you. And they got to keep their lights on. So that's how it works. Everybody makes a little bit of nibble on the top. And they go, oh, that's very fair. And the client asked me, which product pays you the most? And I said, this one here, which was 2 down. And he goes, why aren't you talking to me about that one? I go, it's not the highest interest rate. Why would I show you that? It doesn't matter what I get paid. I'm in your best interest. And he goes, wow, that's really cool. And then when I disclose the commissions, and sometimes I'll even say, hey, here's the commission rate for this one versus this one. I'm still going to recommend this one. It's a lower comp rate for me, but it's also better for, it's also better for you. So let's go with that one. And then they go, wow, that's really cool. So very open, which
That's
makes
awesome.
it an easygoing relationship. Because
dude, you need to mention that at 8%. I didn't know you did that. That's really cool.
yeah, I can even, maybe that's something I talk about, is getting your own set of disclosure forms. And we get clients actually to sign each page of the illustration with a DocuSign. And then we get them to sign a disclosure that we're not a CPA, we're not an attorney, we're not a financial advisor, we recommended you seeking advice, we're just a stupid insurance agent, basically all that stuff. And then we give them to sign the PT-84 best interest form, everything. And then this way, and the clients are appreciating that. And then there are times where if there's a challenge in understanding the product basis, then we'll actually do a Zoom together, just like how you and I are in person, and I'll record it and I'll email them the recording of me explaining it. And I get them to acknowledge that they understand and they want to move forward with it. That way we cover all bases, because if there's ever an issue, we say, hey, look, we already went over that. I know it's confusing and there's a lot of moving parts. And that really comes in handy for us because we are selling such a large volume. We're averaging right now 5 million in issued paid annuity premium right here in our little tiny local office. That's not our agency collectively. Collectively, as an agency, we're over 100 million. But just in our small office here with myself and 2 other producers, that's what we're generating. That's a lot of volume, right? And then these things can be confusing for people. So it protects them and it protects you.
That's good. That's gold.
Yeah.
I think if you used Kaboom Annuity Leads and the Roy Snar disclosure forms, game over, bro. Game over.
Well, the fact finding process too. We give away for free a fact finder that I've fact finders are all borrowed and stolen from everybody else. So I just took the best of the best and put it together in my own little flavor. And a lot of agents like it too, because you should have a fact finder filled out. Just
that would be cool. You should go over that in further detail in your breakout and in the webinar after the conference. Yeah, about fact finding with the form and the disclosure forms. I think that's gold.
Yeah, the disclosure forms, especially because the majority of agents we speak to, they don't get anything additionally signed, just the carrier app. And I'm like, well, is that okay with the Department of Insurance? Yes, but that's also recommended that you have that on file. And if you don't have that on file and they audit your book of business or something happens, then you could be holding the bag. So it's really important. So I'll talk a little bit about that too, just to help.
That's freaking awesome.
Yeah, man. So
you're a gangster.
Yeah, the insurance gangster, balling on a budget, one day at a time, one lead at a time. That's what it is.
One lead at a time.
Yeah, kicking apps, right? Application. So that's the thing too, like with your lead program, I know a lot of agents, because when we talk to them about other leads or seminars, it's consistency. Like if you're going to commit to Kaboom leads, then you need to be, what is it? Kaboom, right? That's it, right? Yeah. Cody asked, it looks like California.
CA Boom.
Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah. Okay. So you need to commit to trying them out, any lead program, for at least 3 months. Give it a quarter, right? What's the absolute worst case scenario? You get a tax deduction. Okay, big deal. And more importantly, you get education that nobody could ever take away from you. And that education will make you millions of dollars in the future. So you can't go wrong. And if the leads were all not that good and they all sucked, then nobody else would be buying them. But obviously a lot of other people are. So they do work. It's probably not the leads. It's probably you. Just like the Glenn Ross movie. You're not weak. The leads are, what do you say?
Correct.
The leads are weak. The leads aren't weak. You're weak.
Leads are weak. You're weak. Yep. That's awesome. That's right.
Exactly. So what, any other developments on your lead program? I mean, do you have different types of annuity leads, or is it just like one form text verification? Do you have different tiers and levels?
We have, when it comes to retirement division, yes. We have IUL leads and annuity leads. And then we have, on the other side, we have 3 different types of appointments. We have K-12. These are retirement appointments. K-12, university, and federal. So we've got retirement leads, right? And then we have retirement appointments.
Okay. So which one is the most popular?
Right now, our annuity leads and our university appointments.
What do you mean by university appointments?
So they're university employees that want to talk to someone about their retirement. But they're responding to marketing and booking an appointment on the advisor's calendar directly.
Interesting. So what I always tell agents too, like if you know someone in the university space and you help them out, then it bridges that gap. Like, hey, look, I know so-and-so, or my family's in the university system. And this is my specialty. There's riches in the niches, right? Correct. And we have chosen Social Security and Medicare as our angle and our door opener, because all agents, you have to have a door opener. It's not like you're just going to do a marketing campaign and say, hey, you want to buy some annuity leads, or you want to buy an annuity? That's not going to happen, right? What's the door opener, which is, in that case, universities, how to maximize the system, because a lot of universities either have a 401k, 457, or a 403b. And there's different rules with all 3 of those. But if you can really niche down in that market, because those people will also refer you to other folks in the university.
Yeah.
In addition to that, here's a free tip for everybody buying your university leads. What you should do is double down. So if Cody's running you leads in, let's just take Austin, Texas, for example, right? Because that's where I'm at. And if I'm buying these university leads in Austin, Texas, I would also go to the university and rent a classroom out for $150 and offer to teach a class. So this way, when I'm buying the leads and go, oh, hey, by the way, I'm also teaching a class here at the university next week down in Wing B, room 402 or whatever, if you'd like to join. Oh, no, I can't make it, but you're teaching a class here. Yeah, go ahead and check the agenda because the colleges will put it there. Most all colleges, including universities, depending on where you're at, you pay them money, then they'll let you rent a room. Now, things got wonky since COVID, but we've done a lot of that. And we have a lot of success at like community colleges and other universities because now you're teaching a class. It's the perception of education, not sales.
That's good.
Yeah, you're welcome. I'll invoice you the difference.
Genius. Genius. That's worth 50K for sure.
There we go. I don't know about genius. It's more of just trial and error. Long times of doing it.
You've definitely done that, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why they call it, that's why they call you Roy Snar, you know?
That's right. With 2 R's, not just one.
Right.
With 2.
Extra snar.
Extra snar, getting snarred up. Lots of snars in Missouri if you just Google it. Lots of snars. Those are all like, yeah, we come from a bunch of wood cutting hillbillies and moonshine runners. So that's our family lineage.
Dude, that's amazing.
Yeah. So that's, you know, the universities, that's a great angle that helps, you know, to book, teach classes there. Even if you're not doing university marketing, but you rent a classroom there, when you're calling these leads, you have to see, the thing is, when you call a lead, you're just a salesperson. It's not like they heard you on the radio, they saw you on TV, they came to your workshop. You're calling them, automatically they're not trying to sell me something. You have to overcome that rapidly. And one of the best ways to do that is to instantly throw out credibility and to overcome any potential sleaziness feelings. You got to have confidence when you say it. And so if I was calling a lead and it was a university or not even a university, but it was in the area, you know, I'd be like, hey, Cody, this is Roy Snar. I teach classes down here at the University of ABC. You happen to fill out one of our forms online. I'd like to give you some information, answer your questions, blah, 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 and go in from there, right? I would open with that. And the other thing that's nice when you're calling leads cold is to say, what questions did you have? I leave an open-ended question because that lets them kind of spit stuff out. Then I know what angle to go to as they spit stuff out, because they may only have a question about a Roth conversion or an RMD. I don't know. I don't want to go into safe money strategies if their only questions RMD. I want to lead with what they want at first because you only have a very small, limited amount of time.
That's gold too. The longer we stay on this, the better it gets from, at least from you, for sure. You know?
Yeah, well, yeah, it's a win-win.
Good, dude. I love it.
But that's awesome. The stuff that we train on and teach, and you know, that's why I think we're actually moving our academy over to that platform called School, SKOOL, just to make it, it's only $97 a month, but we want to make it more available for everyone and make it easy to access and just try to help agents out, you know what I mean? Because I wish that I had this type of stuff in the beginning, which I didn't. It took me years to find a couple good mentors, and we're trying to do that for a lot of agents on a scalable fashion, and doing podcasts like this and recording videos and posting them. That really helps.
That's big, dude. That's cool that you're doing that. I've heard good stuff about that. And I've heard good stuff from people that work with you and go through your course and training and plug in with the mentor, Roy Snar.
There we go. Exactly. My phone never stops ringing, but yes.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things too, that agents, they need to be investing more into themselves, because I know you do this and we've talked about it before priorly. You know, it's like when an agent makes money, put a third away for taxes, put a third away for emergencies, and then put the rest
away for luxury items.
Yeah. You know? Yeah. Well, when you're first starting, put it all back into marketing, right? Worry about taxes next year. You got a whole year to figure it out.
All back into kaboomleads.com. That's it.
There you go. Kaboom Leads. Oh, and here's another way to buy Kaboom Leads at zero interest. Now, I'm not giving financial advice here, but it is interesting to learn how some of these things work. But if you take a look at Chase Bank, for instance, I have a Chase credit card. I like Chase. We bank there. They pay zero interest. I don't keep a lot of money there. However, a lot of agents are like, I want to try this marketing program, but I'm not quite ready yet. Okay, well, why don't you just go out and get a business credit card? There's zero interest. I'm not encouraging you to get into debt, and don't tell your best friend Dave Ramsey about it. But you know, there's an opportunity to get money where you don't pay any interest for a whole year, and you can reinvest into yourself. It's a chance, but if you're confident in yourself, you can make it happen too.
Yes. That's a great point. And then we also do we allow people to pay through installments with Shopify Shop Pay. So that
Oh,
that they buy leads and then pay later.
oh, that's really cool. I didn't know you did that.
It's actually new and people didn't know, and it's been popping off, man.
That's
Crazy.
really cool. How does that work? Did they just charge you more for interest by doing so?
Yeah, they charged us a bigger fee to do that, and we
Does
just
it
eat.
cost does it cost the agent anything extra?
Nope.
Wow. Well, that's a win-win. I'm gonna buy a whole bunch on that shop on that payment extender then.
You should. All the annuity leads with Shop Pay. You have to get approved through Shop Pay, but most people
Yeah.
get approved. Yeah, it's been good. We've got a bunch of positive reviews and some good feedback
That's
around
really
it.
cool. That's nice because I know there's a lot of really good agents out there. They have a lot of potential. They're just kind of newer to the space, and I get it.
Correct.
Money's money, and sometimes it's hard to really invest heavily into yourself. But that's a very flexible option, and what it does, in my opinion, Cody, is it reduces all the excuses, right? Because if you cannot afford $100 a month or 400 a month or whatever the shop breakdown thing is, maybe you should get a part-time job and not be full-time yet, and that's
Mm,
okay too. It takes time to do this. I was part-time for years and went from selling back to employment and back and
yep.
forth until I really got it figured out. And if you're not, willing to put away, a couple $100 a month into yourself, maybe it's just not the right time for you and you got to save up for it.
Yeah, that's an interesting take too, because you always hear like, don't do part time, no plan B, all this kind of stuff.
Yeah, well, yeah.
But you know what? Whatever
Hey,
can
it's
help
like
you be successful.
I like David Goggins, but I'm not going to get up at 4 in the morning and run. You know what I mean? So
Uh,
not everyone is built the same. And,
yeah.
I encourage, I talk a lot of agents out of quitting their job. I'm like,
Mm,
look, here's my rule. Just, my guideline to these agents. Let's say they're making $5,000 a month at their company. Okay. Until you can consistently make $8,000 a month selling insurance for a period of at least 6 months in a row, you should not quit your job. Because what happens is agents will have a couple rock star months and then things fluctuate. Now they're scrambling. So if
mm,
they can build up a 6 month runway minimum of savings just to pay all total living expenses and then produce, above what they're actually earning now, that way they have a surplus. They're going to be way more comfortable going into full time and they won't have commission breath, right?
yeah.
We've all been there when you're hungry and things are tight and you're sitting in front of that client, you're like, just find this damn thing, You don't
Hmm.
want to do that because people can sense that. So if you have plenty of cash in the bank and you got other appointments, it's a conversation. It's easy. If they don't want to move forward, that's okay too. You don't have to worry about pressuring anybody.
Yes, exactly. Yep. I
Yeah.
love that. That's creative as well. Dude, this has been fun, man. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, cool. Hey, thanks so much, Cody. I